Take your time and do your tricks. All I do is sing along. Yeah, I need you around for brighter light and firmer ground. When you believe in me, love is gonna set me free.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul podcast, where I am your host, Michelle Bolden Hammond. And listen, we know it's the holiday season that's getting ready to come out. So I have a phenomenal sister friend of mine. She's a good friend of mine, Miss Sheila Gibson, with her Che-Nubian Thrifting LLC. Because, hey, we know it's all about the coins right about now. So if you try to find that special gift for someone, why not try thrifting? So I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. And my friend here, she's a beast at it. So we're actually going to exaggerate on into the show. Sheila, thank you so much for saying yes, for coming to the Upfront Mind, Body, Soul.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for inviting me. Good to see you, sis. We haven't seen each other since we did our last book collaboration. So we're working, you and I are been talking on something else. So thank you all for letting me come on and grace your platform this morning. I love to talk about thrifting. I love talking about clothes. I love clothes. So let's dive in. So when we talk about what does thrifting mean, or what does it look like when you thrift? Well, thrifting is called vintage. It's we look for vintage items, and when we say that, we mean items that's between the era of 1979, 1980, 20 years, like 20 years old, retro. That's what it's called. And we have so many people that's thrifting now. Thrifting is a way of the brick and mortar no longer, because we see them stores are slowly closing. And, during the pandemic, a lot of people, needed money and they couldn't go into their stores. So they started thrifting online. So it has become a big, big industry of sisters, brown sisters that look like me, and others are out here and they're thrifting. They're going into different stores, they're thrifting online. They're going through Poshmark. They're posting their items. They're selling on Instagram. So this is the way. And I just recently was talking to someone telling me that they're doing their lives on TikTok. I have not tried that yet. But yes, it is a big thing.
So Sheila, what? Because I know you doing yours online. So what Pacific night do you do your Che-Nubian thrifting night? Is there a Pacific night that you do this?
Yes. So one of the things you can get on your own platform. I have my own loyal shops, and it's called a bot. So what that is a robot. I can get on there any day and go live. But I tend to, since I've been doing it live on Facebook, I've been making Sundays. It seems like I've been doing more so rise and shine. So my mornings would be 9:00 a.m. and I may do a 1 hour to 2 hour live to show my items on my rack. Or I may be a guest on someone else's platform. So depending on what their calendar have, I may be on there on a 6:00 live or 4:00 live. Like I have one coming up December the 7th, where I would do a noonday one, which will be 11:00 a.m. That would be an early time for me that I've never done. So I'll be on someone else's platform, and I'll be showing plus size from anywhere from extra small to 4X items. I may show some shoe items, but mostly it'll be clothing, jackets, coats, loungewear. We're home for the holidays, so why not make sure our sisters look good while they cooking their good holiday meals with some cute loungewear on, a cute robe, a cute pajama set, a good house dress. One of the things it's a big debate about women with whether you're wearing a lingerie to bed or what are you wearing to bed? How do you look when you go to sleep at night? So I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to go find some two-piece pajama wear that now people are wearing outside. They don't even look like the old flannel and plaids anymore. So, hey, I found some pieces. One of my thing is I love Vanity Fair. So I have found quite a bit of Vanity Fair robes. They are very decent. They're nice. We're wearing them out like a little duster in the street. So, hey, it's up to you how you feel, how you want to look.
That's A. So that's going to segue into the next question. So Sheila, I know you shared before the show, we talk often. It's like you said, we hadn't seen each other in person, but we have talked, but we talk often. So, how did this just come about? Because, I know everybody has been creative. 'Cause God knows I have. Creative. I'm like,
Yes.
this, you have to be very creative, but to me it's art. Have you
Yes.
ever looked at, when you're going out here shopping, and just to go back to what you said, a lot of malls and stuff are closing down. So what is it to do? There's a lot of creativity in vintage shopping and
Yes.
thrifting, because yeah, you can find some real good stuff.
Yes. Definitely.
Stuff. So how did this all start with you? I know you were saying back in the day, which I love what you were saying about how you like the clothes, and this is how this became a passion for you.
Yes. So as a teenager, I had a love for clothes. One of the things I took sewing. I took sewing, I took seamstress, I took a class in fashion design. And of course, my mom was like, well, are you gonna be able to make money in that? I was like, I don't know, but I thought, let me try my hand. So I became an entrepreneur way younger than where I am now. Me and my brothers would get up on Saturdays and we would go to different vintage shops. We would go to thrift stores and we would be our eye would zoom in on things. So they like suits. They love suits. They like nice, crisp shirts. They like to look good going to school. I did too. So I would look for me a dope silk blouse. I would look for, of course, people talking about Louis Vuitton and Fendi. Well, I had me a Louis Vuitton and a Fendi because I thrifted it when I was back then. I had a cute Louis Vuitton crossbody and I would wear it to school and my friends would be looking at me like, oh my God, why are you so dressed up? No, I like to look cute. I love looking good. This is something about me. I like to look nice. I like dope clothes. I learned early on I had an eye for clothing. So when I needed to make my money, my mom had friends. They traveled. They did cruises back then. I know people talking about cruises like it just started. No, they were cruising back in the 70s, the 80s, and they would hire me to make their evening dresses. I would make their weekly clothes for them to take on the cruise, whether it was a sundress, a sequin dress, a velour piece. I made all types and I tried my hand in it and I would make that. And that's how I made my money to go back and thrift, or I would go buy fabric, needles, and thread. And I would go back home and I would go and, and make pieces. And we talk about reworking pieces. So also cutting off the sleeve, putting a puffy sleeve. We've been doing that because we have creative minds. And who's to say you can't do it? Just try it. And
Hey.
that's what I did. But then as time went on, of course, I, went to school and all of that and started having children. So I didn't have the passion like I did, but I still thrifted. So I wasn't buying so many clothes for myself, but I was thrifting for my friends. They tell me they're looking for a certain item. I would go into the store and see if I could find them something or similar. So I've been dressing people for many, many years, many years. I've been doing it, but I've been doing it on a lower caliber with family and friends. But I always wanted to have a brick and mortar, a pop-up store. And the more I looked, the more I got discouraged about I can't afford a brick and mortar. You have to pay, the lease, the water, the electric, all of that money. And I know it wasn't going to bring me that type of income where I can have my own pop-up store. So I decided, well, you know what? During the pandemic, I said, well, let me start curating pieces and we'll see. So I just started buying, going online to Poshmark, popping into little thrift stores when they were open and buying items and, checking them out. If it was a sequin piece or whatever it was, and I kept it and I packed it away. And so one of my girlfriends one time said, well, why don't you try to do a pop-up? Well, we tried the lease for them, the rent for them, the insurance for them. I just could not afford it. So one day, maybe a year ago, I was on Facebook and I started seeing women that look like me selling their items. So I said, wow, let me try this out. So I just started following different ladies, just looking and looking. So I decided back in the summertime, you know what? Let me just dive in. Let me walk by faith. I prayed. I said, Lord, if this is what you want me to do, open the door for me to be able to do this. And I kid you not, I stood my business up within 2 weeks. I went and did registered my business. I did all of the work. I had one sister Chrissy Bridge, Blazing Vintage. Shout out to her. Me and her did like a 30-minute virtual call, and she talked to me about different things that she did and how she got started. And I kid you not, within 2 weeks, I was inboxing her, letting her know I'm stood up, my business is registered. I went and bought my items. I bought everything I needed, and I had my first live on her platform.
Wow. Wow.
And since then, I've been having lives, and I love it. I love the idea of being home. I'm a grandparent, so I have the idea of I can come in here and I can curate some pieces during the day. If I did a show on Sunday, I pack the items up and ship them out no later than Monday or Tuesday, depending on the holiday, if it's a holiday. And I love it. Now, let me tell you, don't think that coming into it, you're going to start making all this money. That's not how it goes. You know,
tell the truth.
the first
Shame the
live
devil.
I had a big platform of people, but again, you may have 30 or 40 or 100 or 200 people. You may only have 3 or 4 people purchase an item. It's okay, because the whole thing is you want to get your face and your name out there. And then you ask the person to like and follow your page. Or if you're on a host platform, then you ask them to like and follow their page. And this is how you get the connection. So since then, I've met some dope fly sisters that's out here doing the thing, trailblazing these vintage thrifting streets. We are doing it. It's a huge, you'd be surprised, thousands of us are out here doing it.
And you would think, because again, this is stigma.
Yes.
Let's go back to it, because I know, for instance, when coming up, that's a European thing.
Yes.
That's not a sisterly thing.
Yes.
So that's how it's been. That's a European thing. But you seeing it gradually, as you said, you guys have built this community of people of color. Yes. And not that I'm not bashing. I'm all LA. Let me tell you here, I'm a flavor of the rainbow here. So it's nothing that I'm just like educating, because, for instance, everybody was standing in line for Jordans. And I used to too for my kids. But then I'm like, we're making who rich?
That's right.
We're making who rich? And even down to the point of, there was some discussions that I would have later on as I got older, because you know how you would go all out for Christmas time. You go all out for Christmas time, right?
Yes.
And then you got to have the name brand. You got to have the name brand. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you can find me a pair of Teddy Pendergrass jeans, some Teddy jeans from back in the day.
Hey, let me tell you, I may can find you some, because let me tell you, I stumbled over a pair. Let me tell you, some dope Jordache jeans, girl. And you already know, I done found some dope stuff. And guess what I found recently? An Ole Cassini sweater. Girl, let me tell you.
Oh, my God.
Let me show you. I'm going to show you. It's right here. And when I tell you, Ole Cassini was the thing. Here it is right here. A vintage Ole Cassini. Look at this.
Oh, my gosh.
When I tell you, look, here's the name. Ole Cassini right there. So if I can find an Ole Cassini, we're gonna look for some Teddy Pendergrasses too.
Look. Oh my goodness. We giving some of these younger folks something to look that back in the day.
That's right.
That's back in the day. They wouldn't even know anything about that shit.
They don't know nothing. But let me tell you, I have found, believe it or not, our young sisters are out here into this vintage. They are old souls. We have some sisters that's on Instagram and on Facebook. Let me tell you, another one, LaFab Collections. My girl, Shabreen. Listen, that is an old soul. She is heavily into vintage, and she has her platform where she does trivia. She does a lot of stuff where, bring you back, turning the clock back, letting you remember about things. And it's just dope how all of them are so creative. I'm just so happy to be a part of, this big thing that's going on. It's Thrifting Atlanta, Thrifting Sisters. I mean, my other girl, D Love, Andrea, what is she? Andrea is hashtag cute items. She's another sister that, you know, I talked to and collaborated with, and she gave me some tips. So I'm just saying they open their arms and welcome me in. And all of our styles are different. You on each person's platform, you ain't gonna see the same thing that you saw on my platform or their platform. Maybe what I have I may not have what you need. You go on one of these other sister platforms, look, they got some beautiful, dope items. You'll be surprised.
Wow. And
Surprised.
you know what? It's about building a community.
Yeah.
And that's what most of the things should be. It should be about building a community. And I see that they have welcomed with open arms in the community that you're working in this realm of getting all that you need. So, you know, we're going to take a quick break.
Yes.
But we're going to come back because I'm asking the question, how vintage are you? So in the question box, those who will be watching tonight, I need you to say, are you vintage? Yes or no. Yes or no. Because
yes.
I said, you just thought, like, what about it? Some Jordache jeans. Wait a minute. I remember we had that. I could even go back even a little bit more.
What you gonna say?
Gloria Vanderbilt.
You know what? Hey, you know what? And I saw something in one of my, when I was out here, I saw something with Gloria Vanderbilt. I did not get it because, you know, Gloria Vanderbilt at the time, of course, now we are curvier. And back then, remember, vintage clothes were a little smaller, but you know what? There's a way to still style them pieces.
Yeah. So
plus
what we're
size,
gonna do,
tiny size, there's something for you in the vintage world, definitely.
All right. So we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, welcome back to the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul podcast, where I'm your host, Michelle Bolden Hammond. And listen, I'm here with my special sister friend, Sheila Gibson of Che-Nubian Thrifting LLC. So right now, in our last couple of minutes of tonight's show, she's getting ready to show us some of her vintage pieces.
Yes.
So just take it away, Sheila.
Yes. So I showed something to Michelle, but I'm going to show you another item. Here we have a beaded. This is gorgeous. And it's by Lawrence Kazar of New York. So you all can look up Lawrence Kazar and you already know this is one of their dope, beautiful. Look at that. And this is not beaded. This is woven gold. Look at the threading. You can't even find a beautiful piece like that. Look at that. This is all hand sewed. Hand sewed. Look at this.
That would be a good New Year's.
Yes.
That'd be a good New Year's.
Yes. And let me tell you, you don't have to wait until you went to an event. You know, we are wearing these in the streets with a graphic t-shirt, some camo, and all of that. And you can dress this piece up and you can wear it just like this. I will put this on today. Sometimes I leave out with my sequin pieces. I'm going to show you another one. Let me show you something else. I love vintage. And I'm going to just show you. Look, here we have. This is called Laura by Azalea. This is another vintage two-piece knit dress. And this is what she looks like. Here are the vintage buttons. You can see we don't even make these buttons like this. So if you found something with these dope buttons on her, here they go right here. Let me try to get up close so you can see what they look like. See these dope buttons right here? Right there. See? And this it's a dress, right? We're wearing these as dusters. You can open it up and layer her under some denim jeans. You can put some wide leg pants. You see, we color block. So here are all the colors that you can match and wear this outfit with. And again, I love to look for items for our plus size sisters. And
Woohoo!
another designer is a vintage Maggie Barnes. Here we have here a beautiful dope jacket, and you can tell by looking at these dope buttons right here. Let me see. There it is. I'm trying to get, so see the buttons. You don't see these items in the stores. See how she looks? And this is what the back of her looks like. And this is a plus size. So every time I have my rack ready, I make sure I have some pieces for my vintage lover and my modern lovers. But I'm gonna tell you, my first love is vintage. Here we have a Bob Mackie. If you know Bob Mackie, you know wearable art. Here's one of his pieces, and you could go on Poshmark right now, and it would tell you what they're selling these pieces for. And there's some pretty penny. They're pretty penny. I love them. I love the items. Here's another one. I'll show this one. Then this one is called Theme by Works Kit. And here are the sequin sweaters. You can't go in the store and find these pieces like this. You see what they look like? And this is what we're wearing. We're wearing these pieces for the holidays. We're wearing them a part of our wardrobe. So that's just a few. So when I go out, I'm looking, but also we also do modern and vintage together. So like today, I have on a simple dress, but I would throw on one of my sequin jackets over her. I will put on, also we're doing camo. Camo is like the new bomber jackets and blazers today. So I have a few camo pieces on my rack as well, where we put brooches on them. We broached them up. So definitely it's how you feel. Wear what you wear. Look how you want to look. Just wear your dope pieces. Don't leave them in your closet. I also scored let me show you. Let me show you this. I know you're going to laugh on this one, Michelle.
You can hear the excitement. Look, audience, you can hear the excitement in her voice.
I love talking about clothes. Anytime you can score, listen, this is a wrap. Look at her.
Oh.
So ain't no reason for you to say I can't own no fur or no wrap or stole. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You see her? She is absolutely gorgeous. I'm telling you, I just love going out in these thrifting streets and finding items. And my clients, when some of my girlfriends have been here and they want to shop the rack. And sometimes I say, hey, you can't shop the rack today because I have a show. They want some pieces. A lot of times people want them before I put them out. They want me to set up a time to come over. And that's another thing. I'm thinking about it. I set up my area. I'm downstairs in my basement in my home. Got my office set up and got my rack set up and got my backdrop set up. And it is amazing. I'm excited. I really am. I love it. I do. It's therapeutic for me as well. When you're out and you're shopping and you're looking, or even if you're just down looking at the clothes, making sure the button looks right, and make sure when you're laundering the pieces or sanitizing, it brings joy to me that I am preparing an item to send to a new home, a new closet, or someone purchasing it maybe as a gift for a family member. Who's to say you don't know if you thrifted or not? That most of the items, some of the items I get have tags still on them. Wow. And we'll say new without tags or new with tags. Yeah.
Wow. So Sheila, this platform is always available to you anytime you want it. So that's what we all about. So we appreciate it.
Thank you, Michelle, for inviting me.
I appreciate it.
Yes, I thank you to allow me on your platform to talk about what I love. And I know we have another collaboration coming up. So I thank you, and I look forward to doing more work with you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You know how this is. You know how we did. That's authentic coaches.
Yes.
That's how authentic coaches do. That's how we do.
That's how we do. Yes.
That's how we do for the mind, body, and spirit. One thing I want to kick back on, because you say it's therapeutic. That's what I try to tell people. You gotta be, when you have a passion, it can help you therapeutically.
Yes, it can.
So what I do, even for this show, I try to bring on everyone that has something, a log of inspiration. Yeah. Now, if some female today feel as though you got something in your closet that you don't want, why not? I'm even asking you, give it over here to my vintage sister. Get that closet filled out.
Now, and again, one of the things, I have not started getting things from people's closets so much because I'm so picky.
Right.
But I do have other sisters. I have a sister now that she takes on pieces and she will sell them for you. As a profit, you'll get a profit and she'll get a profit. But she has a whole criteria of what she would accept because
Right.
again, she's vintage. And it's more so of making sure the item is presentable, making sure the item is, it don't have no tears in it. It looks like it could be sold again. Sometimes you may get something with a button off and things like that. That's not a big deal, but we're just saying that if it's something that it looked really, you know what I'm saying? You
Right.
watch TV in it and you done laid, then it's time to retire to recycling to clothes because now we're dealing with sustainable fabrics. They're recycling fabrics too for different things. So I mean, there is a way that you still can. The clothes are not presentable to be used; they still can be recycled. We have some sisters that they recycle items. So yeah, definitely, if it's something that they want me to take a look at. I'm not into really so much buying from people, but I will be glad to take a peek at it or point them to another person who can. But I like the idea of just going out there, finding my own little treasures. And I think that's the thing for me. I like the research and, then I come back and I look the item up and, all of that. But definitely the platforms that's out here is for everyone. Even if you don't want to do it yourself, you have other women that will, you can ship your items to them and they can go through them and let you know. Again, they have their own criteria checklist, but you can box them up and they'll send you a shipping label and you can send the items to them and they can tell you whether or not it's vintage, it's not vintage, or whether it's not even vintage, costume, jewelry, whatever. It can be sold.
Right.
People love everything. They love
That's
everything.
education. Again, that's education.
Yes.
That is very important. I never thought about it. I never thought about it in that sound around, but that's, to me, that's education. That is
Yes.
education. So yeah. So Sheila, is there anything that you got coming up? Any holiday deals that's coming up that you want to say?
Yes. So I have I'm not going to do a live tomorrow just because the holiday weekend, it was been a long week. I went out sourcing and I had a lot, just a holiday and I had out of town guests. So I'm getting my rack ready for December the 7th at 11 o'clock a.m. I will be on wardrobe therapy with Jess, and I would definitely post it on my Facebook page. And I would definitely share it with you, Michelle. You can post it as well. I will be there doing a noonday live on her platform. And then the following week, I will be on my own Rise and Shine with Che-Nubian. That's a thing that I do every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock a.m. So definitely, I will be glad to post it. So if you're interested in checking on me, checking me out, please do so. You can also like and follow my page, or you can message me if you're just interested in an item. Or something, you want to know if I can find it or locate it for you. I'll try to. Yeah, definitely.
All righty then. I am excited
Yes.
because
And
you know
Michelle,
what, Sheila? Should
yeah,
I share with them what I'm getting?
yes, I'm going to show your dope piece right now. And it's for hosting me on your live this morning. Here is a dope item free on me. And I do that to some of my
Oh,
clients for coming onto my page. I tend to give out free items for people. So definitely, this is to you, from me to you with love. I
oh,
will be packing her up and mailing her to you. So definitely, when you wear her, take a picture and send me and let me see what you look like in her. Definitely. And she is by Club Z. She is definitely vintage. And Michelle can tell you more about her item when she get her, but it is for her. So she will not be making a rack because she's going to a new home. Michelle Hammond.
oh,
Thank you, my
Sheila,
sister.
thank
You are
you.
so welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, audience, see, this is what we do here. This is what we do. Look, I'm about to get fizzy chizzy. I can't wait to wear that.
Well, she's going out today. After we hang up, I will be putting a label on her and she'll be coming to your home. So you will be seeing her in the real in a day or two. Definitely.
Hey, look, I'm a bespoke. You know what? Hunties.
Hey,
Hunties.
listen, you can belt her, you can wear her open, you could tuck her in, you could tie her up in the front, you could do a lot with her. Trust and
Honey,
believe.
I just I'm
You
trying
got
to
some
get me.
cowboy boots, you could dope
You,
her out with a bolero hat and your boots, hey, wear her.
Honey, that is going to Paris with me next month.
Woo, Perry. That is all right.
I might take that right at the Eiffel Tower, honey.
Hey, that would be so cute. Cute.
So that's what I said. Che-Nubian going to Paris.
Che-Nubian is going to Paris. Thank you. And I'm gonna try to go up here and see if I can find you a cute little hat to put on with her too. I hope I got something because I'm gonna stuff her right in the bag too.
That is gonna be an outfit at the Paris. I'm trying to tell you right now, girl.
Definitely. Yes.
Oh, I got it record all right now.
Yes. So that's what we do. That's what Che-Nubian do. We reinvent, we invent, we uplift, we encourage, and we make every young sister, older sister, coming up sister, babies, everybody feel that you are worth whatever you wear. Make your item make you beautiful. That's what this is about. Feeling good in your clothes, feeling good in what you would like to put on. It's all about reimagining yourself, pretty much. And that's a part of your stress, your therapy, and what we say, coaching, mindful coaching, everything.
I just love you, Sheila.
Thank you.
I'm like speechless right now.
I got your back.
So everyone, again, thank you so much. Please go out and follow her. She's a wonderful person. I've been knowing her for the past couple of years. We've been collaborating on a couple of things together. And I keep telling people he has aligned me with are following we all in the same type of purpose. And that is to help individuals heal, help see other people be free, and help people to be mindful and be therapeutic and follow their passions. So, Sheila, again, thank you so much for coming on tonight. And again, audience, go follow her. And listen, we always have a mantra here every week is, and again, in December, we're going to have some special guests coming on. And actually, for those of you who saw my special guest, Dr. Karen, there's an announcement that I'm going to be making next week in December about who and what's going on with her, and how she's going to be a frequent flyer here at Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul. So for tonight, if you feel, even through this past season that's coming up, if you feel that you're not loved, just know that you are loved here at the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul. Thank you. And until next week, I am your host, Michelle Bolden Hammond.